One important player when you talk about 2024 is going to be the BRS party, led by Mr. KCR. To talk more about the entire opposition unity index and also how many opposition parties are now claiming to be victims of the vendetta being unleashed by the central government using the agencies, I have senior leader of the BRS, MLC in Telangana's Legislative Council, K Kavitha. Ma'am, thank you so much, for joining us here on NDTV. I want to start by asking you of something which happened today. Though it's a Congress party leader, Pawan Khera, today when he was on his way to the Raipur plenary session of the Congress party, he was picked up, arrested and taken into custody by the Assam police. This is the Enforcement Directorate, CBI, the local police. All this is something which the Prime Minister himself said that ED has brought all political parties together. Is that the only opposition in unity index, the ED and the other agencies?
See, this is the arrogance of Honorable Prime Minister. In a democracy, you are not supposed to use agencies just to help your political party to gain. Because we've seen how many of our ED cases have been put. If that particular political leader goes and joins the BJP, the cases are automatically, go dormant. That we've seen. And today, Mr. Pawan Khera being arrested by Assam police. They have done it earlier also in Jignesh Mewani's case, other cases.
Yes.
So wherever the government is there, from that there will be a case which will arrest. But Mr. Pawan Khera, the statement is made was just making fun of the Prime Minister. It should have been accepted and taken in stride with a big heart and dismissed it as a joke or whatever. But instead, look at the intolerance level today that he's been immediately put. There's a case he's picked up. It's a little too much, and unfortunate it is that the courts have to intervene to protect the rights of the people and the right to speak, which is really unfortunate. So what I believe is this kind of intolerance will not go unnoticed by the people of this nation. The people of this nation have been very smart and they know how to put people in place, and they will certainly do that to the BJP.
Does it have an impact on opposition leaders like yourself? If you see another opposition leader from a leading opposition party being questioned or being picked up by the police, does it just puts you on the back foot a bit?
To an extent, it would have earlier, but now this government, the way they're continuously chasing opposition parties, we understand their game. So that's why we say wherever there is election, before Modi goes, ED goes. So that's been a joke and a nara everywhere across the nation today. So then it's not taken seriously. Okay, we welcome the agencies, we welcome the arrogance of the government, but ultimately we want the people to see, and we believe that the people will see it. So if Mr. Khera is picked up, all our support and sympathy, despite him being from a different political party, we are with him. We are against the arrogance of this government, and we are with the people who are made targeted by the government. We are with him.
But ma'am, a lot of critics would say that this using of the police and other agencies is not unique, let's say, to the BJP. I mean, they will point out a few cases even in Telangana where people think that there has been high-handedness of the police as far as the opposition is concerned. Do you think somewhere it's also the time to have a conversation about how the agencies, be it the police, be it the ED, the CBI, has to be kept completely apolitical?
Absolutely, and also courts. See, in case of Mr. Adani, opposition has to go to court. Only then they got an order, and only then the government spoke up and gave their view. We were demanding in parliament, we were demanding everywhere. In Mr. Pawan Khera's case, court had to intervene. In terms of using the agencies to further our political benefits, I believe we are spoiling the system for the future generations of this country. Today, no one believes that Election Commission is independent. Today, nobody believes that ED is independent, CBI is independent, IT is independent, police are independent. It's a very unfortunate state. It cannot be a country where its own people lose faith on the systems. So it is for our own good that we should keep them in check, we should keep them independent. That being said, this particular government has taken it to the next level. This was there in Congress also, where everybody used to call CBI a caged parrot. But then this particular government has I think touched the sky is the limit, maybe more than 20,000 cases on the opposition parties. And when you look at the convention rate, it is hardly 0.5% or 0.3%. So it speaks volumes of how vindictive this government is behaving. And I believe the people will notice it end of the day.
I want to now shift focus, a little bit on your party. From TRS to BRS, how has the party changed? And what about the national ambitions? I mean, how has the changing the name impacted how you see yourself on the national scheme of things ahead of 2024?
Well, Telangana Rashtra Samithi, when it set out to do whatever it wanted to do in the state, be it achieving the statehood or be it achieving the development of Telangana state, we have done our bit. We have fairly implemented more than 99% of the promises made in the manifesto, and many more beyond that have been done. Our state has jumped from being one of the poorest states to one of the richest states today. We are number 2 in paddy production today, this is a state we are talking about which was parched, waterless, powerless state. Today we have 24 hours power in every village, in every single household. Today we have water across the nation in every single household, 24 hours potable drinking water. So we've got our basics rights. We have a proof of concept. Now we want to present this proof of concept to the nation. We want to say if Telangana can give water to every household, why can't the nation do it? We can send a Mangalyaan, we can send a rocket to Mars, but we can't give water. That is very unfortunate. So we want to bring these basic issues and we want to present a proof of concept to this nation. That is why, to dedicate ourselves that we are here to serve the nation, we have changed the name from Telangana Rashtra Samithi to Bharat Rashtra Samithi. It is our commitment towards the people, and we will continue to work towards it.
The BJP always keeps asking this question to the opposition when you say that we have a model and we are making a pitch for a national ambition as far as your party is concerned. Every party has the right to do that, but BJP says this is what the real opposition dichotomy is. Mr. KCR, Mamata Banerjee, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, Rahul Gandhi, all of them want to be the chief contenders against Narendra Modi in 2024. Is KCR the chief contender?
See, I think BJP and Modi ji forget their own past. It is not very far. 10 years back, Modi ji marketed himself and said, I've worked for Gujarat. Gujarat model is what I want to do across the nation. And people believed in him. People voted for him. But he utterly failed to deliver all of his promises. Now, when a leader fails to replicate his model of the state at the national level, and when another leader comes to do the same, what is the problem? But Gujarat model and Telangana model are entirely different. Telangana model is much better model because we've shown results on the ground. Whereas Mr. Modi, who promised to give 2 crores job every year, has failed. Whereas Mr. KCR, who promised to give 1 lakh government jobs, gave 2.5 lakhs government jobs. Whereas we've gotten more than 2,000 units of industrial units and got 30 lakh jobs. But now, this government, Modi government has around 12 lakh jobs empty. They're not even announcing, they're not even publishing. Why not?
Ma'am, but you didn't answer my question.
Which is?
Is KCR Garu the chief opponent of Narendra Modi in 2024? Is that the pitch that the BRS wants to make?
No, the BRS wants to make a pitch that this particular government led by Modi ji should go, because they have been very autocratic in thinking. They have not worked with the states in any developmental aspects. They have completely shifted their focus from development to only development of their friends and party, which is what we do not like. And we believe the country should react to it. And if we can be enabler for that change, we will certainly be there. And not only KCR, Mamata, KCR, Stalin Garu, or anybody can tomorrow lead, and Arvind Kejriwal, anybody tomorrow can lead. It is not about the leader. It is about the change that BRS is proposing. It is about the people's agenda that BRS is proposing. That is the topic.
But we saw that, Mr. KCR also, when there was a big rally in your state, Arvind Kejriwal was invited, the Aam Aadmi Party was invited, there was few other political leaders, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan was there. But you sort of kept an arm's length distance as far as the Congress is concerned. So that brings the question that, is the main aim the regional rivalry between political parties, or is there a larger national narrative and the agenda to defeat the BJP?
See, how is Congress better than BRS today, you tell me? Congress is in power in only 3 states. In other 3 states, they are just sharing power. Aam Aadmi Party is already in power in 2 states. Other parties like Akhilesh Yadav's party wields a lot of power across the Hindi belt. How is Congress better than any of these parties is point 1. Point 2, if Congress believes that this particular government has to go in the interest of the nation, then it is also the responsibility of the Congress. Why is it always a responsibility of regional parties to do something for this nation? It is the so-called national parties like Congress party, which is now nothing but a bigger regional party. It is also their responsibility towards our citizens. If you really need change, if you want change, why don't you bend down, come to us, talk to all of us?
So you think the onus is arrogance of the Congress party? Because this is something not only being used by you, but a lot of other opposition parties and regional parties have said that Congress needs to bend a little bit more. But, just yesterday, we heard Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge saying that 2024 there is going to be a Congress-led opposition government.
See, that's a problem. You have to rub shoulders with us. You cannot say you will lead us. All I'm saying is Congress today has to be a good team player. It should not aspire to be a team leader. Leader will emerge according to the situation. There is something called as, in politics always, a situation and equation works, that the Congress should understand. If Congress is believing that it is 1980s Congress, 1960s Congress, that is not the case. You did not enjoy the power unilaterally across the nation today. So you have to be a team player. You cannot aspire to be a team leader and try and say ki we will not work with them, not work with them. Let a consensus emerge at a later point of time.
150 seats, if you go by the national data, 150 seats is Congress versus BJP, a straight fight. And we have seen that in those straight fights, the BJP has almost a 90% strike rate of success. Does that in some way also tells you that the Congress party possibly needs to treat all the regional parties as maybe equal partners? You
said it yourself. If Congress doesn't stand chance in those 150 places where there is a straight fight with BJP, they better take the local support. We have done great job. We know our people. We know our conscience. Why don't you take help of the people, whoever there are? If the 100 seats, there is a direct competition between BJP, Congress, and Congress is on the back footing, then they need some backing. That is why I say they should bend down. They cannot be arrogant as they have always been. They should understand the reality. And if they are sincere about this, protecting this country's future, they should do that.
You think there should be first some understanding with Congress, with other opposition parties, in the interest of what the opposition says for 2024 larger picture, before they can decide on who is going to be the chief prime minister if the opposition is able to defeat? I mean, should it be elections on 543 seats and then you decide later after the election, or should there be a pre-poll alliance that gives a national narrative?
See, first of all, today everybody understands that BJP is their principal opposition party, be it Congress or be it any regional party. Who's not with BJP is against BJP. That is what BJP has clearly drawn a line, and all of us are there. Now, if our aspiration is strongly to bring down BJP, then it is always better if we sit, discuss. Even if we don't, give your best fight. Post-poll you can decide. But the point here is, if you're pointing fingers at each other and not at the common enemy, then losers will be people here, not the political parties. The sooner Congress party understands that, the better it is.
Because when it comes to Telangana, just last question on that, when it comes to Telangana and the state politics, the Congress usually, they are a player in that state. They are at least, trying to fight a election there as well. They say that TRS and all the opposition parties, then they end up helping the BJP because they are not aligning themselves with the Congress party.
As joke of the decade, because it is always not other regional parties' responsibility. It is not BRS's responsibilities to fight with BJP alone. If Congress is sincere in the fight, let them come out. Leave the arrogance. If you are interested only in winning states, be confined to there. But BRS today wants to work across the nation. Wherever our strength can be, wherever we can garner support, wherever we can make friendship, wherever we can make alliances, we are going to do that.
But you're open to an alliance or some sort of talks with the Congress party?
That the Congress's responsibility. It is not my responsibility nor my party's place to say what it is. Let the situation emerge and we will think accordingly.
We started by talking about the misuse of the agencies, and one example today, as you quoted, was Mr. Pawan Khera.
Absolutely.
There has been a lot of heat on your party and personally on you as well,
right,
in a few cases. If I'm not wrong, you were questioned by the CBI at your residence, and also your name in the second charge sheet of Enforcement Directorate figures in the Delhi alleged liquor scam as well. The BJP says, of course, when their name comes in, they would come and say that it is political vendetta. Agencies are doing their job to find out the truth.
Even before any of this started, BRS was questioning them. Only after BRS started questioning, all this started. That everybody knows. So it's not that there was a case, that is why BRS started speaking. We have started speaking about exposing the BJP's failures much before, and only after that, half of my cabinet is raided, dozens of our MLAs are raided, I am targeted. That's all right. We will welcome. Although you are although you are playing an unfair game in politics, we still will stand up, fight. because we are sincere in our efforts. Whatever we've done in the state, we want to do it for the country, so we will stand up and fight. We will not run away. But this is an unfair game. The people of the country are noticing, and sometimes it has become a joke, because when I tour my constituency in the rural areas, women also are saying, एम ले दका कुछ नहीं है, ऐसे ही नॉर्मली कर रहे, हम सब जानते हैं, हम समझते हैं. तो इतना तक पहुंच गया. That should not be the level of a leader or a party which has been elected and came back with such a big mandate. I do not think they should stoop to this level. Nevertheless, since they have stooped to that level, we will stand up and fight.
If you allow me, I will just want to ask two pointed questions on what the Enforcement Directorate charges are in this case. The agency, in its second charge, she says that you took the stake in Indo Spirits, which is secured wholesale license in the Delhi liquor policy through Benamis. That's the first charge that they've made in their secondary charge sheet, which has been filed in the court, ma'am.
All I'm saying is I welcome the agency. Let them do the investigation, not an issue. We are also saying the same thing, that Mr. Adani's group of companies are into money laundering. Why are you not inquiring him? That is all we are saying. I am not opposing. Let the ED put any charge. Let them investigate, let them prove it. Let also Mr. Adani come out. Why is Pradhani not allowing to do it? That is our simple question today. We are not crying foul. It is unfair, but we will stand up and fight. But why are not Prime Minister and his friends not coming out in open and welcoming the investigation? That is my simple question.
Just two last questions, ma'am. One, they also say that, just two last questions, that the investments in Indo Spirits, Mr. Arun Pillai's investment, according to them, is your money which has been invested in that case?
Well, as I said, I am welcoming them. Whenever they want to question me, I'll certainly answer to them. I do not believe this should be answered on a public forum, because the matter is sub judice. As again I am saying, as you are questioning me, please do question Mr. Adani. Please do question BJP and friends of BJP. Why is there no BJP person raided by ED today? Why is it only opposition parties being raided? We are welcoming. I welcomed CBI with, like we've literally told our Karyakartas not to be there. We welcomed them. They had a very free run. They came, they went. We will do it tomorrow whenever any agency calls. Not an issue. If they think they can stop us with agencies, that's not going to happen, because we enjoy people's support. Today people see a spade as a spade. I am sure the people will support us.
The last question that I want to ask you, ma'am, you spoke about the BRS's plans as well. I just want to again take you back to what the Prime Minister said in the Parliament, that ED has brought all of them together. And that's what the BJP goes on saying, that in case of Delhi scam, Aam Aadmi Party seems slightly close, as far Mr. KCR also invited Arvind Kejriwal, that all these opposition parties can come together to oppose their wrongdoings as per the BJP, when their agencies go ahead and in fact investigate them, but they still cannot find a common minimum program or a common minimum line to come together.
Let me simply ask you one question, Mr. Ankit. What is ED doing about the cases on Himanta Bishwa? What is ED doing on the cases about Mr. Scindia? What is ED doing about the cases that you put on your Punjab BJP leader? They all been raided, they all been questioned, and then they came to BJP. Then it becomes washing powder, Nirma and all is clean. Ganga mein dubo diye BJP mein join hua to. People who are resisting are being targeted, and this is no joke, because if you continue this trend in this country, the free will of the people will not prevail. We are fighting for free will. We are not fighting for a political position. It will come today, it will go tomorrow. But free will, if it is lost once, it will take 200 years to regain. We have had one experience earlier with the East India Company. Now, all I am saying is, with Modi India Company, we have to be very, very careful. We have to understand where this is leading to, the way their friends are protected, the way their own party people are protected. Only opposition parties and public servants are being targeted. They should realize that. So we should resist this onslaught of BJP on the free will of the people, not anything else.
Is there a fear of arrest in you when you get questioned by CBI, ED also names you? Is there a fear?
See, if you fear for anything, you are never going to be in public life. I welcome. If I am proven guilty, if I am arrested, sure, why not? But I will still not stop speaking against Mr. Modi, because whatever he is trying to cover up by shifting focus on opposition is not going to go down well in the history of this country. I could be arrested, I could be put in jail, I don't care. So will many other politicians be, which is all right. But end of the day, if I can defend one common man's right to speak freely, I will do it, not an issue.
You believe that Mr. Modi is defeatable in 2024?
I believe so. Everything is possible. No problem is insurmountable. And January 25th, 2023 has changed Modi's image across the nation. Modi ji's silence in Mr. Adani's case, today in every village, in every headquarter, in every block level, people are asking if he's not corrupt, why is he not speaking? So the image of my na khaunga, na khane dunga, mera ghar nahi hai, bacche nahi hai, sansar nahi hai, that will not be saleable anymore. Mr. Modi is seen now as a corrupt leader, and that will put him and his party down, and we will certainly work towards making sure that he is unseated out of the power.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, taking all the questions and being candid as ever. Thank you so much, K Kavitha.
Thank you.
That's the senior leader of the BRS speaking exclusively to NDTV on issues of political unity of the opposition and also the charges that she is facing from the Enforcement Directorate.